Hello. Is it working? It's working. Hello, my friends. Let me just make sure it's work. I have this little setup. Let me see. Okay, it's working. Confirmed. So, my friends, it has been a long time since I've uploaded a video to the YouTube channel. Why is that, you might ask? Reason number one is that I have been trying to employ myself. I am self-employed. I am a freelancer at this point in time. It's not my first rodeo with freelancing. Like before I had my full-time job that I was recently laid off from, I was freelancing for several years. So this is not a new endeavor for me. However, it does take a lot of time and energy and emotional mental resources to be able to build up a clientele base that will sustain my survival. So that was very much what I was focusing on for the past, I don't know, couple months that I haven't uploaded. And truth be told, I did record a couple videos on my phone and then I didn't upload them because something just felt off, something just felt like, I have a commitment to showing up very authentically on this channel. And some of those videos just didn't feel like they really got to the heart of what I was trying to express. And they didn't really feel exactly authentic. So here we are, a couple months later. I have 4 clients right now that I'm working with. So I am at least adequately employed and making an adequate amount of money with those clients. So that's great. A lot has gone on. I went to Gatlinburg, Tennessee for a wedding, and then the next day there was a crazy mass casualty event. That's just a random tidbit. The reason I was in Gatlinburg is because my friends were getting married. So that was really sweet and really fun. We stayed at a cabin for a few days and just had a blast. And actually, at this cabin, we decided to host a talent show, and I was able to do my first solo improv set at said talent show, and it was really, really fun, and I feel like I learned a lot about how to approach, or how I would like to approach solo improv in the future. So that could be really fun, just, something fun to work on. Another thing that happened while I was gone is that I put the deposit down for a theater space rental for 3 weeks in August so that I can host a workshop series on Saturdays. So that's really fun. So behind the scenes, when I'm not on stage doing improv, when I'm not working for my clients, I am sitting at my computer and I am coming up with content for these 3 weeks of workshops. So I'll be talking a lot more about that on my Instagram and stuff as the date approaches. But this is something that's really special to me because I've learned so much over the past 5 years or so doing improv. And I think it's time for me to share my own point of view on how to do improv. I think that is something that I'm ready to do, and hopefully the community is ready to receive. And if not, guess what? I just try again later. It's really not that big of a deal. So those are kind of the things simmering in the back. But what I do want to say, there's a kind of a reason that I made this video, life updates aside. And that reason is that, as I've been navigating the freelancing journey, the self-employed journey, something that I'm realizing is that I have such strong standards, such high standards for the type of treatment I will endure, whether it's from a professional boss or from community members or friends, family, my partner, stuff like this, right? I have very high standards for what I will tolerate. And I've been learning a lot with the freelancing process this time around that I really just don't want to go where I'm not wanted. I don't want to be a second choice. I don't want to be a pity hire or just seen as something that I'm not. And so what I have a commitment to over the next few months at least, something that's going to be kind of the focus of my experience, is to go where I'm wanted, go where I am celebrated, and to go where people are excited to share space with me. Because I have learned over the past few months that not every space, even ones that I've contributed to, are able to accept me as I am. And not only that, but they also don't see me for who I really am. And this is okay. That's kind of life. Not everyone is going to see you for who you are. Everyone has their own perception of you in their head. And guess what? You are not responsible for people's perceptions of you. Now, I will qualify this, because obviously if you are someone who routinely causes harm or who routinely ignores the needs of others, right, then maybe it's okay that people aren't accepting that. But what I'm talking about is, if you are a person like me who shows up into spaces authentically, who really cares very deeply about people and their experience, and who wants to pour from a filled cup, then you just got to go where you're appreciated and where you're loved and where you're seen and where you're heard. Those spaces do exist. Sometimes it seems like to me that those spaces are really hard to find and really hard to enter. But thankfully with improv, I have a ton of friends, a ton of community members who just love me and just want to be with me as I am every single day, even if that me is a little bit different sometimes, right? So this is something I've been reminding myself, is that I do have spaces that I can go into where I'm seen and heard and appreciated and even celebrated for being exactly who I am that day. So that's kind of like the point of the video, is just to share that little nugget, because for me, I think I have been operating from a very desperate place the past few months. Not even just with the job stuff, but like personally, I have felt very desperate for specific results, for specific outcomes, right? And I've wanted control over outcomes. And I don't have that. I don't have control over outcomes because I don't control people and I don't want to. So that's kind of my little rant. I'm hoping to upload some more videos in the near future, and maybe you guys will join along. So if you do want to support my creative endeavors, please follow me on Instagram at real.stevie.tv. I have a lot of shows in June. It's Pride Month, baby, so you know Stevie's getting booked. You know Stevie's getting booked on Pride Month, okay? So I got a lot of shows. You can find out all about them on Instagram. You can buy the tickets, and if you can't afford to buy the tickets, just let me know, and we'll get you in. We'll get you into the show. Everyone deserves access to art. So reach out if you need something from me. But that's basically it. I don't want to keep it like too rambly, because why? Why would I do that? So hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. And I'll see you in the next one. Okay, now I have to awkwardly stop the video because I have a... Okay, I'm going to try to